I'm here with Dr. Andrew Bednarski, who is a field director for RC in the last couple of years. Andrew is actually a Canadian-born Egyptologist who grew up in Montreal and Brampton, Ontario, and went to study in Cambridge, England, and has done wonderful things in the field. And what exactly was your path to Egyptology? What inspired you?
It was circuitous. I did my undergraduate partly in classical studies and political science, and while I was doing that undergraduate, I came across Herodotus. I became absolutely fascinated in ancient Egypt, and I thought, you know what, I really want to go out for 1 year, 2 years. I want to do a master's. I want to study at the level I want to study. I want to do something quirky and different, and then I'm going to go out after that, and I'm going to get a real job and become a productive member of society. I got to Cambridge, knew very little about Egyptology, very little about Cambridge, very little about the British education system, but within 3 months, my plans of becoming a productive member of society had completely fallen apart, and I'd fallen in love with Egyptology. So that's what led me into it.
Very cool. And what was your first dig when you got over there? You finished your degree and you went over and did some excavations?
Yep, my first dig was actually 2001 in Hierakonpolis with Renee Friedman. We were working on the Pangrave Cemetery that was there. Just a life-changing moment.
Tell us about RC for the last 3 years. Well, since 2011, after the revolution, you've been active working in the West Bank and also in Karnak. What has been the highlight of your work there? What have you really accomplished that you're proud of?
Yeah, I mean, we've been running, for the past 3 years, we ran a very ambitious program of work, the goal of which was to really try and alleviate the economic suffering of many of the people in Luxor. We were able to employ roughly 1,000 people over a 3-year period. And we were able to use these people partly to reopen monuments that have been closed, such as Mut Temple, to open monuments that have never really been opened before, like Dera Sharuit and Theban Tomb 110, and to run a series of site improvements in Sheikh Abdel Gourna. I really believe the program of work has had a profound impact on both the people and the monuments, and that's probably what I'm most proud of in my professional history.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And what is great about being an Egyptologist these days? What are the opportunities, or what do you think is exciting?
Well, for me, the excitement comes from the fact that every day is different and every challenge is different. Every day, every problem, I need a slightly different skill set. While I've worked for the American Research Center in Egypt, I've worked on museum projects, I've worked on excavations, I've worked on archival projects. That for me has been really rewarding. And I think that sort of breadth of experiences is something that you can get from Egyptology. Egyptology is very much an umbrella term, and under that there's archaeology, art history, religious studies. You can bring your own personal interests to it.
What are the opportunities lying ahead specifically for you in the field? You've done the RC project over there. What is next?
Publication. I firmly believe that a project isn't finished until it's published. And as I'll be talking about today, I have a truly daunting data set from the work that we've done in Gourna and Theban Tomb 110 as well. So I'm going to have my hands full for the next several years publishing.
That is. If you were a pharaoh in ancient Egypt, which pharaoh would you be?
I'm convinced that I would be one of those ephemeral pharaohs from one of the intermediate periods where you don't even know his name, and he probably met some horrible, dastardly end at the hands of relatives.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
I don't know what that says about me, so yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andrew Bednarski.
Thank you.